President of the United States, JD Vance, is making waves, not for policy, but for faith. Recently, he openly expressed his hopes that his Hindu wife, Usha Vance, will one day embrace Christianity. Speaking at a Turning Point USA event in Mississippi, Vance said, "Most Sundays, Usha comes with me to church. Do I hope she will be moved the same way I was? Yes, I honestly do."
Now, most Sundays, Usha will come with me to church. As I've told her and I've said publicly, and I'll say now in front of 10,000 of my closest friends, do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah, I honestly do wish that.
You are raising three kids in cultural, racial, religious household. How are you maintaining or how are you teaching your kids not to keep your religion ahead of their mother's religion?
Vance insisted that their marriage is built on mutual respect and understanding, emphasizing that her faith doesn't cause conflict at home, but the remark has stirred debates about personal choice, interfaith dynamics, and the role of religion in public life. Usha Vance, who is Hindu, has said clearly she does not intend to convert. She ensures their children experience both Christian and Hindu traditions, from attending church to trips to India and learning about Hindu culture. Interestingly, Usha played a pivotal role in JD Vance's own religious journey when they met at Yale Law School. Both identified as agnostic. After 2019, Vance converted to Catholicism, describing Usha as a supportive partner during his spiritual transformation.
I did grow up in a religious household. My parents are Hindu, and that was one of the things that made them such good parents, that make them really very good people.
Usha explained, reflecting on the role of her cultural roots in supporting Vance's faith. Beyond their marriage, Vance has argued that Christian values form the foundation of the United States. At the Turning Point USA event, he challenged strict interpretations of the separation of church and state, claiming it was a terrible mistake and that it continues to affect American society today. Critics say this reveals institutional Christian dominance in American political life, a dominance that can affect policy, culture, and the treatment of minority religions. Vance's comment intersects with a worrying trend: the rise of anti-Indian and anti-Hindu sentiment in the US. Recent years have seen attacks on Indian Americans, online hate speech, and racially charged incidents, some tragically violent. Observers fear that public statements from high-ranking officials, even personal remarks, can embolden extremists. Neo-Nazis, certain MAGA groups, and some politicians have targeted Hindu culture, labeling Hindu deities as false gods and calling for the marginalization of Indian communities. Amid this backdrop, the Vances are raising 3 children in a Christian household, while giving them exposure to Hindu culture and traditions. Usha has stressed that this is about dialogue and choice, not coercion. The children understand both faiths, and Usha hopes to turn church visits into a family experience rather than a demand. This dynamic highlights the broader struggle in interfaith families, balancing personal belief, family cohesion, and societal pressures. Vance's comments also raise questions about public versus private faith. As Vice President, his words carry weight, influencing public perception and political discourse. Critics argue that when leaders emphasize one religion as the foundation of a nation, it can inadvertently reinforce bias and exclusion against minority faiths. Even within the US government, this raises concerns. How does one navigate personal faith while representing a diverse, multi-religious nation?
We talked about Christianity, all of this. I'm not even Christian, and I'm here standing to show support. Why are we making Christianity one of the major things that you have to have in common to be one of you guys, to show that I love America just as much as you do? Why is that still a question? Why do I have to be a Christian?
I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope eventually my wife comes to see it the same way.
For the Indian American and Hindu communities, these remarks are a reminder of the delicate balance they must maintain, practicing faith freely while facing societal bias. Remarks of US Vice President is a lens into faith, family and power in America, showing how deeply personal beliefs intersect with politics, culture and society at large. And in a nation where religion and politics often collide, every word from leaders like JD Vance carries weight, shaping the future of America.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.